guys, I'm Stephanie Weaver and welcome to my studio. Today I'm going to show you a little about the process that I take to do a pop art style painting. Pop art is a fun and creative and vibrant way to portray art. I love this style of painting because it allows me to exaggerate the colors that I see in my subjects. And as you guys know, one of my most favorite subjects to paint are animals. Pop art animal paintings today are all the rage. And for good reason. We love color and we love our fur babies. So today I'm going to show you how I combine 2 of 4 basic painting style theories that I use to create a fun, vibrant representation of a dog named Truman. But before we get started, let's discuss the very basic color theory and take a look at the color wheel. And I can feel the eyes roll with the color wheel discussion. I did it too, but now, many years later, I still reference my color wheel to achieve a memorable painting. So with that said, pop art can be narrowed down to 4 styles that I use. So the first one is a monochromatic, where I choose one color and work in that color the whole time. The second one is analogous, where I choose the same colors from the same side of the color wheel. Complementary is where I choose a color on the opposite color side of the color wheel, or a combination of all 4. For Truman's painting, I'm going to choose colors from the green-blue side of the family and then pop it with some warm colors within that family and then really exaggerate it with a complementary color of reddish-orange on the other side of the color wheel. So with that, let's get started painting.
For this painting of Truman, I start with his eyes. They will be the only part that I use brown, and I want his eyes to be the closest to the truth of his coloring. It is here that I take great care in outlining with black around the eye and the pupil. Then I move on to the darkest areas first, painting lightly so that I can easily build the layers in fur using ultramarine blue, a touch of lamp black, and phthalo green. In the initial painting, I want to move rather quickly so I can paint wet on wet for easier blending. Wiping my brush rather than washing it, I can keep some of the dark colors on my paintbrush and add some white. This blending on the brush allows me to move into the medium colors. By blocking in the various medium tones, you can see the face starting to take shape. What really gives shape to the face is the way the light moves over Truman, so it's very important that I call out the shadows and reflect the red onto his face. For harmony in the painting, when I touch the painting with a new color, I introduce that color to at least 2 more places. With the alizarin crimson still on the brush, I paint the ball and then add the red to the darkest areas close to the ball. Still building the colors, I alternate between light and dark as well as fix any structural issues, like widening the cheek or deepening the shadow between the eyes, the nose, and the eye socket. For more analogous colors, I introduce another color, phthalo green. To thin the paint, simply leave some water in the brush. Shadow is really going to help make Truman stand out from the background. The light is coming from the right, so I add some alizarin crimson with a bit of ultramarine blue for shadow. The first layer of paint is a bit dry, so I add some more alizarin crimson to the background. The ball needs a bit more to make it pop, so I add a mixture of alizarin crimson and cadmium orange. To achieve a 3-dimensional shape, I want to ensure there's a soft side and a hard side. The soft edges blend into the background and the hard edges stand out. It is at this point that I feel like the structure of the painting is pretty sound and I'm liking the color scheme. So it's time to add some more details. Calling out details is left to my brushwork. Keeping a light touch, I paint the lightest of lights and the darkest of darks in strokes in the direction of the dog's hair. The spots are easily added with a fairly dry brush. With a large brush, I add some of the lightest of lights and darkest of darks to loosely add highlights at the peaks where the light would hit it. To add more interest to the bottom right corner, I lightly add some highlights with alizarin crimson and white. And finally, I touch up Truman's eyes with highlights of white and light brown and darken the lines around his eyes.
I hope you guys enjoyed today's painting and some tips and tricks to painting analogous complementary style pop art paintings. If you enjoyed this painting and this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe so you can be one of the first to know about my next painting. And because I do so much more than just videos, stop by my website, www.artforpaws.com, where I share more paintings and honor military and service animals. I love hearing from you guys. So leave a comment below, and I want to know what you're interested in, what you want to learn more about, and what would you like to paint. Until next time, keep painting and keep creating.